It has been nearly a week since a powerful volcanic earthquake shook the island nation of Tonga, causing a tsunami and covering everything in ash. Everything. Aid is now arriving to the country. The Washington Post Sydney Bureau Chief, Michael Miller, is joining us now to talk more about the current situation. Michael, how are you?
Good, thank you.
What is the situation right now? The last we heard is that the people were out there trying to clear the runways of volcanic ash.
Yeah, it's really remarkable. A few days after that massive explosion that you just showed, we saw some aerial footage taken by, I think, the New Zealand Air Force. And in those photos, you could see some tiny figures on the runway. And we later learned that they were essentially clearing this runway by hand in order to welcome some aid flights. And in the last 24 hours, that's what we've seen. We've seen the first aid flights, Australian and New Zealand military planes land in Tonga, bringing much needed supplies, most of all drinking water, since the drinking water in the islands was really contaminated by the massive amount of ash that fell all across the nation.
When we talk about the aid that's being brought, water and things like that, there's another problem now brewing. This area didn't have a lot of COVID-19, not a lot of infection from the virus, but now they're running the risk of that with things being brought in, and a lot of it has to isolate before they even get to it, right?
Yeah, that's the big concern. So, of course, there was the initial natural disaster with the volcano exploding, the tsunami that hit and killed at least 3 people. But then there's this secondary concern, which is that aid workers or foreign troops who are bringing aid might bring COVID with them, since Tonga is essentially one of a handful of places in the world that has really managed to escape the pandemic and has no local cases of COVID transmission. So that's the big fear, and that's why, so far at least, the Tongan authorities have really insisted that whatever aid is brought to the country essentially is dropped off at the airport without any contact, kind of like contactless grocery delivery that you might have had in the last 2 years during the pandemic. So that's the real concern, is that this natural disaster could be compounded by the spread of COVID in a country that hasn't really faced that issue.
I know that they were having problems with contact to the island there, phones and computers. Has that gotten better?
It has. In the past few days, we've started to see some of the satellite telephone connection restored. Just recently, we had word that there was a bit of internet connection through satellite connections that had been restored. But most people are still really without communication because the fiber optic cable that brings internet to Tonga from Fiji, about 500 miles away, was severed during that volcanic eruption. So it's going to be several weeks, possibly a month, before that is restored, and we really see, proper internet communication that would allow Tongans to communicate with their relatives all around the world.
So recovery is a long way off, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, it appears that the country has avoided the kind of mass casualties that we first feared, but it'll be a very long time before, we're seeing photos of resorts that have been wiped out, of villages that have been flattened, essentially. We're starting to get the first reports of people who've had kind of miraculous survival stories, floating in the ocean for more than a day before being rescued. So it's going to be a long time before this small Pacific island nation is really able to rebuild. And it wasn't the wealthiest country before this, so it's facing quite a steep challenge.
Yeah, not to mention that it owes China a lot of money because the riots back in 2006, China gave them a whole lot of money, and they're asking China to relieve the debt, debt relief.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of this diplomatic background to this whole scenario, right? Is that we've seen China kind of expand its influence in the Pacific. And part of that was this more than $100 million loan that they made to Tonga to help kind of rebuild after those riots you mentioned. And so far, China has refused to kind of cancel that debt. So that's hanging over Tonga. And now with this natural disaster, it appears, even harder for them to repay that.
Yeah, we wish them all well. Michael Miller, Washington Post Sydney Bureau Chief, we appreciate you talking to us. Be safe, be well.
Thank you very much. You too.
Checking now with Demetrius.